what it do? It's your boy J. Lou, and you are just in time for something new. How many racks you got? How many colors you got? How many copy your style? How many haters you got? You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, your boy J. Lou coming through to give you guys a product review from Red by Kiss Durags. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into this video. Alright, so the first thing I want to say is major shout out to Red by Kiss. They actually reached out to me to do this review. It is a sponsor review, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people may not tell you that, but whenever I get a sponsor review, I'm gonna let you guys know every single time, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, this is my second sponsored video, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, on the first review, they took the advice, they considered it, and they came out with better durags because if y'all don't remember, one of the first things that I said on my video was that the material was not the best material. So they came out with these brand new Power Wave durags. These are the military style satin durags, but then they also have the duo color satin durags, you know what I'm saying? So they basically took the advice and they came out with these durags and they was like,
J. Lou, can you do another review for us, you know? So
with that being said, I respect companies that can take feedback because that can only make your company get better. But at the end of the day, let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into this durag review. When it comes to the duo colors, as you guys can clearly see, they have 6 different colors that came out, you know? So on the back of the box, it clearly tells you all of the colors that they have available now. And as you'll see, it's basically 6 different colors, you know? So whenever you go into your stores, you can basically find all these different colors. If they don't have the colors, there is a store located that you can use off the company's website to be able to track down which stores may have the colors you're looking for, you know? So that's something that's pretty dope. But the thing about these duo colors, this is something that, to me, in my honest opinion, it feels like it's inspired by the So Many Waves style, because So Many Waves, I think, was the first durag company that actually came out with the duo colors in regards to the durags, you know? So, but with that being said, they wanted to come out and supply the wave game with durags that they can find in their stores, you know? So whenever it comes to the 2 type of durags, there's 6 colors in these bad boys. And then when it comes to the military camo colors, there's also 6 colors in the military camo colors, you know? So on the back of the box, it shows you all the different colors that they have, you know? So you can basically take a look at that. And as you can see on my head, I'm rocking the purple one. As y'all already know, I'm from the city of Serb, you know what I'm saying? H-Town, hold it down. So I had to rock this bad boy. This is the one I've been testing all the way around. I've been using them for a while just to see the different ways that I can use it and give you guys a better review. And y'all already know when it comes to my reviews, I try to go into as much detail as possible. So with that being said, let's jump straight into what the box claims as well as what the durags offer. Now, when you look on the front of this durag cover, it basically says this is the ultimate compression for 360 waves. When it comes to their tails, this is the longest that they offer with 40 inches. And they also have 3-inch wide tails. Now, when they're referring to the tails, what they're simply referring to are basically these things right here, the strings. Now, that would be nice if the company started referring to the strings as the strings, because the tail is sometimes confusing. The tail is basically this part right here, and you don't want to refer to the tail when it comes to the durags because most wavers, all they care about are the strings. Now, another thing that it says on the front of the box is, as you guys can clearly see, it says that it has superior fabric down here at the bottom in the little sticker, you know what I'm saying? And that this is the Power Wave Military Satin Durag. Now, one thing I respect about Red by Kiss is they actually come out and tell you what the material is made out of, and that kind of helps you be able to know what's better for your hair. When it comes to wavers, when it comes to even naturals, when it comes to people that may have dreadlocks or braids, the best material that you can put on your head is satin. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, satin is very affordable, but at the same time, because your hair typically mimics whatever it touches, it tends to leave that impression of shiny waves as soon as you take it off. Now, when it comes to this material, I'm pretty sure you guys want me to do the test. So with that being said, I'm gonna open up another one of these bad boys and show you guys exactly what that test looks like when you pull it and everything like that. If y'all haven't noticed, they've been reaching out to a lot more YouTubers and giving them the durags and everything to be able to see. But when it comes to this review, as you can see, this durag is the blue durag that Wavy Leon used in his review. And when it comes to the strings, these are the 40-inch longer tails that they refer to. You know, it would be nice for them to say that these are strings rather than tails. But when it comes to the Red by Kiss durags, the OG Red by Kiss durags, I could not tie them around my head. I wear a 7 5/8 fitted cap just to give you guys a reference point. If you wear anything above that, you wouldn't be able to wear the first ones. They decided to come out with newer durags, and they were a little bit longer, But when it comes to these bad boys, as you guys can clearly see, I have a lot more room after I've tied this do-rag on the back of my head, you know what I'm saying? So one of the things I want to tell Red by Kiss is in the future, when it comes to making the strings, stick with the 40 inches. Wavers love long strings, and the main reason why is because we typically tie it around our heads twice. Now, when you look at the material, on the inside of the material, it has the satin material, and then on the outside, it has the camo print. And you can actually tell that they listen to wavers, they follow the wave game and everything like that, because whenever you look at the do-rag, the part where it's stitched to, the stitching is on the outside of the do-rag. And as you guys can clearly see, because the stitching is on the outside of the do-rag, whenever you put this on your head, it will not leave a line in your waves. But at the same time, when it came to the material, they made sure that they put the shiny material on the inside of the do-rag. You guys probably can't see that truly just because of the color, but the shinier, silkier looking side is on the inside, and then the camo side is on the outside. And at the same time, I gotta give a big salute, because when you look at their stitching, as you guys can clearly see, their stitching is very tight. You know, you don't want to have loose stitching when it comes to do-rags. Now, when it comes to these bad boys, as you can see, if I take my hand and basically pull it apart like that, the silky looking effect doesn't go anywhere. It still maintains that silky effect, and that's the result of them basically taking their time to do research to find out what kind of satin blend they need to use for their do-rags in order to offer you guys the best material for the most affordable rate. Now, one thing I have to say, just to give as a disclaimer as well as constructive feedback to the company, is whenever it comes to the shape that this do-rag was cut out of, I don't know what happened in the manufacturing stage, but when you take a look at this do-rag, what's the first thing that stands out when you look at this? Just this shape right here. Now, if you could not point it out and realize what was going on, what I'm gonna do is take their most recent do-rags and show you guys another comparison. So I'm gonna take the do-rag right here, as you can see the seam, I'm gonna line them up and everything like that, and put them side by side. Now you will clearly see that the do-rag in the back, the camo do-rag, has a lot more room in the back. And honestly, one thing that nobody ever says when it comes to do-rag reviews and all of this stuff is head shape is something that is very neglected when it comes to do-rags. When it comes to the cut, most wavers don't have huge heads. If you don't have a cone head like these people, then most likely these do-rags will feel a little bit weird, especially in your crown area, because at the end of the day, if you don't have a huge head, it's gonna leave a gapping right here, basically where your crown is supposed to be at. But with that being said, I'm gonna show you guys how I will put these do-rags on my head to be able to get rid of as much of that loose area on the back of my do-rag, as well as give you guys different ways to rock these do-rags, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, now as you guys can clearly see, this do-rag, it has a little bit of bunching up, but like I told you guys, your head shape really determines how much bunching up you will see in that area, you know what I'm saying? I personally don't have a cone shaped head, so on every single do-rag that I have, I always have a little bit of bunching up, even with stocking caps or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, I don't wear do-rags to compress my crown. I simply wear do-rags to be able to provide a silky layer between the surface that I'm laying on and my hair as well, so that when I wake up in the morning, my hair is looking silky and it's still laid, you know? So with that being said, the way I was able to pull this off, I'm gonna show you guys by just simply unragging it like this. Now, whenever it comes to rocking do-rags, there's different ways to be able to rock these bad boys, you know what I'm saying? Most wavers typically prefer to put the do-rag all the way down to right here, you know what I'm saying? And then they basically use the strings and they go around like this. Because I keep my strings tied, all I have to do is wrap it around again to save me some time. But one thing I want to point out is if I put the do-rag all the way down right here, as you will see, the bunching up happens a lot more on the top part of my waves rather than the crown area. The main reason why is because of the cut of the do-rag. So what I figured out that I had to do is whenever I rock my do-rags, this is what I have to do in order to get rid of it and basically leave the bunching up area more so on my crown rather than the top of my head. So you take this bad boy off. And when I put it on my head like this, instead of pulling it all the way down to my eyebrows, I pull it somewhere in the middle of my forehead like this, you know. And when you put it down, you can basically pull it back to see exactly where that bunching up is going to take place. Now on this portion, it's going to take place more so in the crown area of my head, you know. So that tells me that it's a good place to rock the do-rag. And whenever I tie it, like I said, I keep my strings tied. So I go around once, go around twice. And then the next thing, all you got to do is just simply fold your straps out to make sure that you don't have the line develop on your forehead, you know. So with these straps, because these bad boys are 3 inches long, they will guarantee that you will not develop a line on your forehead. So let me just pull this other bad boy out. Now, they say that they're 3 inches, but honestly, this looks like it's about 4 inches right here. You know what I'm saying? That is great because it's not going to leave a line on your forehead. But like I was saying earlier, once you finish tying it up and getting your strings flattened out, you just simply pull down on the back of it like that. And what I'll show you guys is what I showed you earlier. The bunching up takes place more on my crown area rather than the top of my head, you know, so you at least want your sides and your top to be compressed a little bit more. Now, some wearers prefer their crown to be compressed as well. It just depends on your personal preference. But most of my normal subscribers already know when it comes to rocking do-rags, especially in my home, I don't tie them up. So the way that I rock my do-rags is I simply just take a stocking cap. This is a monsoon sports cap, and I just simply place it on top of the do-rag because the do-rag is simply just to give your hair that protective barrier, you know what I'm saying, that smooth material between your hair and whatever surface you're laying on. And then the stocking cap offers way greater compression, you know what I'm saying? So if you are concerned about your crown not getting compressed, all you have to do is put a stocking cap. You can use any stocking cap that you want. I prefer using the monsoon caps because they come in different styles. And as you can see, because this one is the sports monsoon cap, it has that see-through mesh material and it allows you to still be able to see the design of the do-rag, and it gives me that crown compression that I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, this is how I typically rock my do-rags around the house. A lot of people say I look like a disciple or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I just simply prefer rocking a stocking cap like this, you know. It gives it a little bit of style. If you want to, you could tie it up, but because you have a stocking cap on top of it already, you do not have to tie it very, very tight because the stocking cap is already giving it enough compression. So now I know a lot of people always ask me my questions in regards to single compression, double compression, triple compression. With the way that I rock these do-rags, this is just, in my personal opinion, one single layer of compression because the do-rag is not tied, it's not offering any compression. It's just simply a layer in between my hair, and the stocking cap is one single layer. I don't go into the double compression and the triple compression and all that stuff like that. To me, that's overkill. It'll give your waves that smush look, you know what I'm saying? And that's the look we're not going for when it comes to waves. All right, now to wrap this video, what I'm gonna do now is go in regards to the claims that this do-rag says on the back of it and give you guys my honest thoughts to be able to summarize everything. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so on the back of these do-rags, they say that they offer unique color combinations. That's somewhat true, but like I mentioned, so many waves do-rags actually started making the same color schemes and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how true that is in regards to being unique color schemes. Now, the next thing says one size fits all. I also showed you guys that depending on your head shape, it may not fit your head shape the way that it needs to. The next thing it says it offers ultimate compression for your waves. With that claim, that is very true because at the end of the day, whenever you tie it on your head and all that stuff like that, it gives you the compression that you need for your waves. The fourth point says it's super durable construction, and then the fifth one says it is super large and has a stylish cape. Some people like rocking their capes out, you know, when it comes to the do-rag. That's something that you can basically match with your outfits and stuff like that. So that's definitely something that's true as well. And then also, like I showed you guys, when it comes to the material, if they kept this material off at the same cut on the upgraded do-rags and kept the 40-inch long tails, man, it would be a go. So that's definitely something that's true as well. And then also, like I showed you guys, when it comes to the material, if they kept this material off at the same cut on the upgraded do-rags and kept the 40-inch long tails, man, it would be a go. You can put them in solid colors, you can put them in whatever you want to, you know what I'm saying? It would be a go. I think the biggest issue with these do-rags is the cut, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys made it to the end of the video, one thing I want to say, whenever it comes to the covers of these do-rags, I don't know who this dude is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this guy has waves. I know you guys put a dude right here with waves and everything like that, but in regards to do-rags and really being for the culture, if you guys put your boy J-Lou the Don waves on the back, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to my crown is A1. Alright, now with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I need all these do-rags because I already got a lot, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be considered in the giveaway, basically after you comment, make sure you put the hashtag Happy Holidays. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas as well as the New Year. It's your boy J. Lou. Salute!
Lines on his head, hoping mommy don't rush him. Some creative thoughts brought to me with no advisory. Turn them into vids, drop a flame cause they fiery. Writers watch my vid, teeth clenched all mad. They snake sneak, dissing like rappers in society. Waves to your chick for the irony, huh? You tryna beef with me while your chick keep eyeing me?